a 3 mile. Out a 3 mile. After me book a little girl a 3 mile. And me took her down a country for a while. Man, me think she woulda change her style.
Not changes.
Me never know that the girl was so spoiled.
Sure.
She want go back a 3 mile. She want go back a 3 mile.
Oh.
I ask her if she want to go to Spanish Town.
Spanish Town.
She said the youth them a go treat her like a clown.
Like a clown. Like a clown.
Let me take her up to St. Mary.
St. Mary. St. Mary.
And she a move like she a celebrity. Then we move on up to Portland. She start to flex like she a Madam Man.
Insane. This song based on a true story, you know.
She want go back a 3 mile.
She tell me say her neighbor string cut out a 3 mile. 3 mile. And no matter the cost or the consequence, you not left 3 mile. 3 mile. Take her east, west, north and south, but she still want go back out a 3 mile. Say she miss her mama and papa smile. Not to mention her child. Seems like she gets spoiled. Keep her comfort and money in the sky. She look me in the eye. Me wonder why she want go back a 3 mile. Say me tell her me I take her out a east up a St. Thomas fountain. Stop her out and wash her out and make her heart feel free then. Drink 2 jelly, feel happy and merry on the weekend. Introduce her to my family, but anyway I might stay.
Out a 3 mile. Get out, yo. Out a 3 mile. Down in the ghetto where she born and go. Feel separation and watch, you know.
It's a big tune, ladies and gentlemen.
Culture and stand up and tell her say good love gonna overflow.
Yeah, I'm on the 3 Mile Girl.
3 mile.
It's Mikey Culture, Stan and Itchy. Jaja.
Out a 3 mile. After me book a little girl a 3 mile. And me took her down a country for a while. Man, me think she woulda change her style.
Not changes.
Me never know that the girl was so spoiled.
Sure.
She want go back a 3 mile. She want go back a 3 mile.
Oh.
I ask her if she want to go to Spanish Town.
Spanish Town.
She said the youth them a go treat her like a clown.
Like a clown. Like a clown.
Let me take her up to St. Mary.
St. Mary. St. Mary.
And she a move like she a celebrity. Then we move on up to Portland. She start to flex like she a Madam Man.
Insane.
Put that 3 mile.
This song based on a true story, you know.
She want go back a 3 mile.
It's a big one, ladies and gentlemen. What up, Cheryl? How are you? How you doing?
She tell me say her neighbor string cut out a 3 mile. 3 mile. And no matter the cost or the consequence, you not left 3 mile. 3 mile. Take her east, west, north and south, but she still want go back out a 3 mile. Say she miss her mama and papa smile. Not to mention her child. Seems like she gets spoiled. Keep her comfort and money in the sky. She look me in the eye, me wonder why. She want go back a 3 mile. Say me tell her me I take her out a east up a St. Thomas fountain. Stop her out and wash her out and make her heart feel free then. Drink to tell it feel happy and merry on the weekend. Introduce her to my family, but anyway I might stay. Out a 3 mile.
You're listening to Homegrown with G. Cole. He's got a heart of gold.
Out a 3 mile. I'm gonna play ping pong. Someone play that me now. After me book a little girl a 3 mile.
Walk on, Sir Melvin. How you feeling? How you feeling?
Me took her down a country for a while.
New York City in the building. Great to see you, fam.
Man, me think she woulda change her style. Just who the youth them come from the ghetto. Me never know that the girl was so spoiled. You want go back a 3 mile. Atlanta. She want go back a 3 mile. Chicago, Chicago, Chicago. Oh, down a Miami.
Brethren, true musical soldier, it's been a long time. He said, I've got a rhythm to show ya. Time will link up our minds. Let's go back to a place in history before the vibes of misguided glory. Music was life, dictating my story. Walks in the road like a Hamilton story. Time to rise again, glory vibes coming. West fire rhythm, East come chat again. Time to rise again, glory vibes coming. West fire rhythm, East come chat again. This one goes out to my soldiers, making music just for the love. Different roads pulled us apart, sounds that we made, soldiers, brothers, I say. New York to Cali, we're bringing you glory and vibes. 3-part harmony from 3 the hard way. Music is my life, so I power no negativity. The power of sound is all I need. Rhythm and bass with some harmony. A split, a stout rhythm, the beat. Time to rise again, glory vibes coming. West fire rhythm, East come chat again. Time to rise again, glory vibes coming. West fire rhythm, East come chat again. This one goes out to my soldiers, making music just for the love. Different roads pulled us apart, sounds that we made, soldiers, brothers, I say.
Project Vibe, ladies and gentlemen, the band representing New York. A lot of vibes on this one. The album's called Glory Vibes. This right here is the title track. Big tune, no tune. Large episode for the Panama. I love it. Glory Vibes, baby. That's what we're feeling right now. You know what I mean? My New York fam, Connecticut fam, Jersey fam. See Atlanta rocking too. Big of the Massive One crew in Radio Land, man. Thank y'all so much for the love. Joanna Wagwan. Larger Bit Robinson. Sir Rock. Clinton Lindsay. Everybody doing this thing. John T. Larger my Aqua Gym fam, man.
Link with my brethren, true musical soldier. It's been a long time. He said, I've got a rhythm to show ya. Time will link up our minds. Let's go back to a place in history before the vibes of misguided glory. Music was life dictating my story. Vauxhall Road led to Hamilton story. Time to rise again. Glory vibes coming. West Fire rhythm. East come chat again. Time to rise again. Glory vibes coming. West Fire rhythm. East come chat again. This one goes out to my soldiers, making music just for the love.
Tampa's here. Hey, Anita.
That we made soldiers, brothers, I say. New York to Cali, we're bringing
Diane.
Glory and vibes. Three brought harmony from three the hard way. Music is my life, so I forward no negativity. The power of sound is all I need. Rhythm and bass with some harmony. A split, a stout rhythm, the beat. Time to rise again. Glory vibes coming. West Fire rhythm. East come chat again.
A special good evening to you, Diane. Thanks so much for joining the party. Always good to see you. Always good to see you.
This one goes out to my soldiers, making music just for the love. Different roads pulled us apart. Sounds that we made, soldiers, brothers, I say. Time to rise.
Wagwan, Paul. A lot of my UK fam, man. So good to see you.
Can you hear me?
It's great to see you, mate.
Saying J. Cole, legal businessman. Bang, bang, boom.
I mean say this a protege, eh? Homegrown with G. Cole, what you say, eh? We make them know what reggae music we a play, eh? Hey, this is Protege, the one and only representing for G. Cole, you know. Check it, ease out.
And we said them not got no style like we. G. Cole, them not got no style like we. None of them no wicked, nor wild like we. Accurate, Kabaka Pyramid representing for the #1 selector and radio host. It's all about G Cole. Keep it locked. Accurate.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl Kali. I'm hanging out with your boy G Cole on the Homegrown Show.
Yes. Welcome one and all. It is Homegrown with G Cole coming to the Massive and Crew live across the globe. Got to big up everybody listening in from near and far. Those people watching on the Jamaicans.com platform. Those people watching on the Homegrown G Cole platform. Thank y'all so much. If you have yet to subscribe to the Homegrown G Cole podcast, remember, we're available on iTunes, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Radio.com, YouTube, wherever you listen to podcasts. We're there. We'll listen to some great music. We talk to some great people, all right? Hit us up on social media also, at my G Cole, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Got some conversations I wanted to have, but I'm put off till next week. This week's been kind of crazy, so we're going to have them conversations next week. All right? Next week. Brother going to be on the road, right? So, you know, Jaja. You know what I mean? So we're going to have those conversations. Wagwan, Julian, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. I wanted to take a minute also to, you know me, this reggae music means a lot to me, right? Jamaican music means a lot to me. You know, whatever subgenres there are, but I'm just going to say reggae to encompass pretty much everything. All right? So I want to big up all the musicians, all the artists, everybody touring the world right about now. You know, I've been having conversations about what we need to do. And I think getting more out there and doing more touring and bringing this music to the world and bringing it on the world stages like we did in the days of old and stuff like that's rather important. And, you know, just proud of all the musicians out there doing it, especially our homebred, our homegrown folks from South Florida here. So big up everybody that's out there right about now. You know what I mean? Thank y'all so much for the good work that you do, for waving the banner high and just, you know what I mean? or you just waving the flag for us. We thank you so much, man. We thank you. And of course, all the artists from Jamaica that does it. You know, a lot of times for traveler reasons, some people can't reach. I just got to rely on the home team right here. You know what I mean? So again, always dope to watch those festivals being live streamed wherever they're being live streamed and see the home crowd, see the homegrown artists and everybody on stage doing what they do. So big up on yourself. Large up. Much love. All right. Today's Emancipation Day for my Jamaican people. You know, I want a lot of people to do some research into what Emancipation Day is to Jamaica and other countries that celebrate Emancipation Day, right? Because sometimes we just look at a holiday. You know what I mean? We just look at a holiday. It's just another holiday, and you know, it's not Independence Day. So I want y'all to research what Emancipation Day is. Just research what Emancipation Day is. It's been a wild week. You've seen the banner came up earlier. World Boss is out. Vybez Kartel's out. It's Cartel Mania right about now. The Olympics is creating a lot of chatter out there. I will say this. We're going to get into it. I had some lengthy conversations today about the whole cartel scenario. And I told people I really didn't want to have a conversation about it. And people are like, well, your media, your music, you got to talk about it. I don't even want to talk about it. It doesn't affect me and resonate with me as it does everybody else. And when I say everybody else, whomever it does resonate with, you know. And that's a personal thing in terms of, and it ain't got nothing to do with indiscretions or whatever, but it's just certain music resonate with me more. I was telling somebody today that I am a reggae lover. Teresa, how are you? I am a lover of reggae music and all things reggae. I am a fan of some dancehall songs. By that, what I'll say is this. When it comes to dancehall, I can more easily break down where my affinity goes. Like I can say without a doubt, I am a huge Bounty Killer fan from day one. I'm a Beanie Man fan from day one. I'm a Busy Signal fan from day one. Buju fan from even back in the dance hall days. Right? Junior Gang fan. You know what I mean? I could keep going. Sprague Benz fan. I could keep going. Know what I mean? Shabba Ranks fan. Capleton fan. From even back in the dance hall days. I could keep going. But in today's dance hall stuff, I can just list a song or two here or there. Now, I've said this without a doubt, and it's not, I mean, to each his own. Everybody, again, everything is relative. Views and perspectives are all relative, and that's something that people need to understand. Most people come to the table with data that they go research. Had a convo, they're talking about, did the research. You went, okay, where'd you do this research? Obviously, it's Google and it's other places. But bear in mind, any research you go and do to prove something, there's research out there that somebody else can do to disprove it, and vice versa. So no matter what it is, just be respectful of, you know, what people's view is. It is what it is. I will never dare tell somebody that my view is gospel and how I see it is how it is. You know what I mean? Never. So, you know, see the pandemonium. Vybez Kartel's out. World Boss Their Road. It's an exciting time for a lot of people in Jamaica. It's an exciting time for dancehall fans globally. Primarily too because dancehall has been in a weird space. Dancehall has been a space right now where it's probably its most visible, if we're being honest. 90s dancehall was what we would deem the most commercially successful time for dancehall music, Jamaican music. However, it's way more visible now. What I mean? Well, those were also the days when a quality video cost you $200,000, up to $1 million. Might not be reggae or so forth, but just in terms of a quality video. That video, Busta Rhymes and Janet Jackson, $1 million. Many of them videos, $1 million, right? So, where you say, Sir Rock, you always right. Where you say, Kartel Road, you buy your ticket. Me seeing that World Boss t-shirt. You buy your ticket. Let me know. But dancehall music is at its most visible right now because visibility is cheap right now. Right? It has nothing to do with the quality of the music. Visibility is inexpensive. You just need a talented person and some cameras. So the level of video production that you can do right now for $2,000, that same level of video output in 1996, in 1994, when again dancehall music quality wise is what we would say was at its zenith, will cost you $200,000 to $500,000. You know what I mean? Ticket to Australia, sample indeed. So as a result of the modernization of technology and people shooting quality videos on their phones and all kinds of stuff, so now the visibility is more. So without a doubt, it's way more visible now than ever. Now, why I said dancehall is in a weird space is because as we sit back and we see this visibility, we're also seeing everything, the good, the bad. When I say bad, I'm not talking about lyrics and what's derogatory and not. That's again subjective. I'm talking about just overall trash in terms of delivery, in terms of content too. Back then, because videos were so expensive and you probably needed, a label budget or something to put it out, you were probably only seeing what we deemed the best. And people would say, well, now what are you talking about? Well, let's think about it. When you were watching TV and you were watching dancehall videos back then, what videos were you seeing? You see stuff like, you see some Bounty Killer videos, Cellular Phone and a couple of others. You see Buju Banton, Girl You Make My Day. You know what I mean? You see Beanie Man, World Dance. You see a whole bag of things. You see Mad Cabra Flex. You know what I mean? Got to the point when we're crossing over the 2000s. You see some Wayne Wonder, some Sean Paul. And again, if we back it up a little bit before that, when it's not just from a dancehall perspective, reggae perspective, you're seeing some Sizzler stuff coming out. You see some Tara, She's Royal. Funny, some of these videos right now, you watch them, you can't even watch them because we're so HD, acclimated now that watching regular stuff hurts the eyes. You know what I mean? So you would only see what would be deemed the top videos. Know what I mean? Well, I said Damien Gill has been doing videos on his phone. I'm gonna have to research this Damien Gill now, Sir Rock. I'm gonna have to research. Not just for education, but because her brother might need a video. You know what I mean? I joke, man, make. But when we saw them videos, what we were seeing and experiencing was the best that the music had to offer. Now that I think about it, sometimes we'd see a top 10 countdown, right? We see a top 10 countdown and we see all kind of stuff. We see Anything for You with Snow and Beanie Man and Nadine Sutherland and a whole bunch of people. Those are what we're seeing at the time, right? And you think about the other stuff that was coming in, Born Americans type of video, stuff like, you know what I mean? The biggest and the best stuff, what it was what was going to be presented on TV. But when you think about it, now if you see a top 10 video countdown, there's probably 15,000 videos that didn't make the list. Back in them days, if you saw a top 10, there might be 20 that didn't make the list, right? Because again, videos were expensive and the visibility wasn't that widespread because of that. The thing about the visibility now is that it's led to infinite exposure. You see everything. So it puts a dancehall in a weird space because it gives you time to say, okay, well, that's not good, that's good, that's not good, that's not good. Rather than just filtering, the quality control and quality assurance is out the window. Now you see everything instead of just seeing the best, right? So that's what puts dancehall in a weird space. now we see Vybez Kartel touch the road again, and people, I've gotten like 20 calls. So what's your view? I say, anytime I want to set up the thing and go on and do no foolishness, I love get me involved in the thing. What's my opinion? I have none, right? So what do you feel? And I have to make sure I ask the question. When you say what I feel, you're talking about musically or from a personal standpoint? Both. Well, personally, I have no feeling. I don't know. It's not my homie. So it's not like, my virgin did lock up for over long, I know him come a road. No. All I know is that he's a dope wordsmith. And people say, yeah, what I mean? Well, I differentiate artists in category of wordsmith versus lyricists, right? Now, a wordsmith to me is somebody who can formulate words, right? They can put their metaphors and similes together in clever ways. Make you say, damn, he said that? Catchy stuff. But at the end of the day, the wordsmith doesn't have to make those words mean too much. They just have to be craftily and cleverly put together that it grabs your attention. It's not going to change your life. That's why I talk about like Tupac and Nas and people like those from a hip-hop standpoint. To me are lyricists. The stuff that they put out, yeah, them things that make you think different and give you some perspective, and that's poetry and make you, you know what I mean? But a lot of other people are wordsmiths. So I was never the biggest Kartel fan. To be perfectly honest with you, when you talk about the Kartel song, them Clocks, which is a collaboration with Popcorn, that I can say is a song I downloaded. Summertime. Let's just say Ramping Shop. And then I'll give it 4 with Marijuana. Marijuana is my favorite Vybez Kartel song. But that's 4 songs from an artist that has thousands, right? But I can't say Kartel's in my playlist, my headphones playlist. As I can't say Spice is in my headphones playlist. You know what I mean? There's a lot of folks that aren't in my headphones playlist that I'm at home chilling and listening to. So the absence of Kartel to me never affected me. It affected a lot of dancehall lovers. And then again, going back to that whole visibility that we spoke about, the visibility right now, so many things came out during that period of time that it kind of convoluted, it polluted the dancehall space. And people have been saying to me in the last 24 hours, really? You think the Kartel come for save dancehall? First of all, I don't think there's a one person that can save dancehall. And you could argue that the issues that you see in dancehall right now have an issue with started with Kartel. So y'all said the person who poured the mud in the water is now coming to filter it, right? Now, because of the transparency and the over visualization of the dancehall space, a lot of that stuff you see as you didn't see before. A lot of it you see. So right now, when you think of the youth, some people are asking, I just wonder if when he gets out and he gets into it, it's going to be a hard thing to acclimate to because time has shifted. Don't get me wrong, being locked up for 11 years or whatever you've been in there for ain't no easy feat. To be an artist and a creative, you need to be in that live space, evolving with time. If you're locked in a space, then your evolution has stopped, right? So when you come out right about now, are you playing catch up? Are you trying to catch up, not just musically, but trying to evolve with everybody else? Trying to see what's out there. As a 40-something-year-old man, are you still down with? Does it still sound the same? Is the effect still the same of certain things coming from a 40-something-year-old man as it was coming from a 20-something-year-old man? Right? Young 30s. Right? David, I said, what you feel, what is there to have a feeling about the man Vybez have value? But David, I don't know if you have a glass in your hand, you know. So, when I was saying what I feel, again, it's funny you said that. I was asked, G. Cole, what do you think? You got to talk about him? I said, no. So you see him thing, you know? Everybody has their viewpoint and their perspective. I don't have a personal one on it because the amount of conversations I had today, some people took it personal. They start going to crime and what, and I'm like, I'm not the judge. I'm not the judicial system. I had a conversation on my way to the studio with people saying, I wonder why there's such a polarization with it. I'm like, well, at the end of the day, if your neighbor was accused of the very same thing and he wasn't your favorite artist, you probably would have the same thing, you know what I mean? Because he ain't in your headphones. He ain't in your playlist. You ain't got him on it, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. But because there's a judicial system to do what they do, and he's served arguably some of the time or whatever, who am I to have an opinion on this? I really don't. I really and honestly don't. But the easiest comparison I could make so the easiest comparison I could make to it in this conversation was OJ. You remember when we had the OJ Simpson case going on, and none of us know what happened, right? Because we weren't there. But the truth is, we all have our feelings of it. And many people will tell you straight up, I think he did it. I don't know. But a lot of times people aren't celebrating the victory over a crime. What they're celebrating is victory in a system that was designed to be against you. So I've had that conversation. I think that's what people are celebrating. I think people are celebrating. You have a judicial system that's kind of designed to lock away, do away with certain people, get to youths in particular, right? Downtown people, and work in favor of the uptown people and the more well-off people, right? That's kind of what the judicial system, how it's designed, many would say. So in the few and rare instances that it does work for who we deem the target of that judicial system and it actually works in their favor, then we'll celebrate the thing, So I'm not mad at the people who are celebrating that and they overlook certain things else. And I don't get any deeper into the conversation because, again, as with every other thing, oh no, I wasn't there. So that's how I extract a personal feeling from it. Musically speaking, as you probably can tell from listening to the stuff I play here or play on radio, I love reggae music. I love reggae music unconditionally. My love for dancehall is not unconditional, right? My love for dancehall is not unconditional. My love for dancehall is era related, right? Again, 80s, 90s dancehall, I might think that. Up to the early 2000s, I might think that. Now, when we talk about dancehall, you have to realize too, so some of your favorite singers were singing on dancehall rhythms too. So, and a lot of the songs that we consider dancehall back then, based on the tempo, would be considered reggae music right now, right? Sanchez have a lot of dancehall songs. Wayne Wonder have a lot of dancehall songs. Singing Melody have dancehall songs. Tony Rebel have dancehall. So it's like you have people who are singers who have dancehall songs. So that did well for me in that era. I could attach myself to the hardcore dancehall thing, the singing on the dancehall rhythms, just everything, which is a beautiful time. Don't ask me anything about the value of dancehall music within the last 10, 15 years without expecting me to still refer to those OG 90s dancehall artists that are making music now, right? So me, when I listen out for dancehall music right now, as much as 50 years, I'm still listening out for something from Killer. I'm still listening out for Junior Gang. I'm still listening out for Sean Paul. I'm still listening out for Beanie Man. I'm still listening out for Spraga. I'm still listening out for Agent Sasko. I'm still listening out for those artists, right? I no way, shape, or form I listen out for Skeng. It have to, somebody have to say, yo, check out this song. I'm like, damn, that fire still. I cannot name a Skeng song, a 450. I can't name I probably can't tell you one or so Valiant song, but 99%, 98% of the dancehall artists who dominate the space right now. Wagwan Barry, greetings Dante. Most of the people who dominate the dancehall space right now, don't ask me to name a song. If I hear the song, I'll be like, oh, I've heard that song before. But don't ask me to name it. And you can scour through my phone and through whatever, you're probably not going to see a download. If it's played in somebody's mix and I'm out at a party, remember, anything loud that them get at a party, I'm not the DJ, so I'm not there to critique the DJ. I'm just here to have a good time. To be perfectly honest with you, if you turn up the theme song to most cartoons in the dancehall, I might bump to it too, because I can feel it and its volume or whatever the case may be. No testament to the quality of it at all, right? So, but that's just me. So again, congratulations to all the Kartel fans, right? And all the people celebrating, people talking about, oh, it's going to be a bigger thing now when Buju came out and stuff like that. I don't know. David, I say, agree. That is why I describe Barrington Levy as a dancehall great. Barrington Levy is a dancehall artist, right? You're so right. 99% of music are on dancehall rhythms. David, the rhythms. You listen to Barrington Levy. I would not categorize Barrington Levy as a lovers rock artist in no way, shape, or form. And based on the content of his music, I can't characterize him as a reggae artist. The man is a dancehall artist. You are absolutely right. Wayne Wonder, not to put him in a box, I can't put him in a box, but as a singer, Wayne Wonder is a dancehall artist. You know what I mean? So that's why I say my affinity, my love for dancehall that is more so in an era. And why I separate it that way for dancehall and reggae is that right now, if new reggae music comes out and I'm not familiar with the artist, I'll go listen to it, and if it's great, I got something new. If it's not, then I just move on. Right? And very seldom is it not. Honestly, when you get reggae music, very seldom is it not. It might not be your cup of tea, and maybe you like a more commercial style of reggae, maybe you like a less commercial style of reggae, maybe you like a rootsier type of reggae. But it's not a it ain't good scenario. Davis, how you doing? When it comes to reggae music. But I would like to say, and again, the dance hall fans and fanatics would probably beg to differ. And I think people don't have to fight for reggae, but they fight for dancehall. What I mean by that, I know some dancehall people who I think they search for certain things for credence. Some people would tell us, boy, they might look for the raunchiest of song for try to get me to understand the song and listen to it. Now, I know say it sound a certain way, but here you have to listen to the song bad. Nah. Straight. Nah, baby. No. I disagree. Right? So, that's me when it comes to reggae and dancehall. So imagine how shocked people were today in my conversation when I say the Kartel scenario was a nothing burger to me. It didn't affect, I didn't get it. Some people probably played a bunch of Kartel today, listened to a bunch of Kartel today. And again, welcome back to road to you and anybody who were incarcerated and has been vindicated and is now freed. I can only imagine what not having freedom is. But I can't refer to it from a personal standpoint, because anytime situations like these occur, if I'm going to say free whomever, then we're going to say resurrect whomever. Is that what I'm going to do? Can't do that, so I just leave it be, right? I just wish you well. And people say, well, am I going to have Baby Frost large job? Is it all day? Let me tell you something. Like I said, anytime I hear a dancehall song that connects with me, oh Lord, it's a heavenly thing. You know why? Because it don't happen regular. New dancehall, any dancehall that's made in the last 20 years. And I've heard dancehall songs I'm like, but this is how sad it is. Ask me the name one. Can't name it. But I have. I know I've heard a dancehall song or two. But the thing about the dancehall songs right now is this. Anytime I do hear a dancehall song right now, I'm going to say, yo, that bad enough. I can tell you right then and there, say it's got about 3 weeks left. It's about 3 weeks left on the shelf life, you know what I mean? Probably ain't gonna hear it. But when me tell you something, me can play a Voice of Jamaica, Mr. Mention, songs from those, right? Dancehall albums today, songs of a legacy, Mad Carbon, me can play those today and it still feels like it's today. The other songs have about a week and a half to rock, you know what I mean? But again, welcome back on road to the DJ and Sean Storm, right? And whomever else, because Sometimes we only pay attention to the people who we are familiar with. But from my opinion, let me ask you this. Is it because reggae is a more far-reaching thing? When Buju came out, and yes, both of them have a novelty to them. The novelty is they were incarcerated, you weren't getting anything from the artist. Now the artist is out. Oh my God, let me go get something from this artist that I haven't heard or seen in a long time. That novelty is the same for both artists. They were gone almost the same amount of time. But reggae being a more far-reaching thing, reggae reaches into more places than dancehall will. So the question is this: when Buju Banton they come, and certain people, people will get them loans and they go do this and they go do that and them come and them trying to travel far and wide. I know people will be traveling from all across the world to come see Kartel, but I don't know if I anticipate it being the same volume, and I don't know if I anticipate Kartel mania being the same as Buju mania. Part of it might be also that from the images that I've seen, I do hope that he's healthy, and I hope that, well, he's not, but I do hope that he gets healthy, and because that's the first thing. If you're gonna come around and are healthy, we're in the stay. So I hope that the powers that be can allow the man to focus on his health for a minute, get it together. There's all kind of speculations as to what he has from Graves' disease, or all kind of things. But none of us are doctors, and everybody wants to be the person who can view and diagnose everything, right? So I hope, first of all, that he gets healthy. You know what I mean? And takes care of the health first. Fans and people who love music and just fans of anything overall will ride you into the ground, unconcerned about your physical health and your family and all that stuff, unconcerned. And then when you drop down dead, then just move on. Right? So, that being said, I definitely want to say, go get healthy, Kartel, do your thing. But for me personally, it's neither from a musical standpoint or excitement or whatever the case may be, it's neither here or there for me. You know what I mean? Like I said, I have 4 Kartel songs that's in my thing. 4. Marijuana, my favorite Kartel song. Right? But it's not a Kartel thing. It's about most of the dancehall space that has evolved over the last 10, 15 years. And when we think about even, I was talking about our female artists and stuff like that, the feeling that I had toward Lady Saw, Tanya Stevens, Lady G, as the females repping dancehall. I don't include Patra in it because to me, Patra is a 1 or 2 song to me, and she blew up big. And a lot of people claim, oh, Patra, and them can still only tell you 1 or 2 songs. So without those playing hypocrites, I'm talking about Lady Saw, Lady G, Tanya Stevens. I don't know, I might remember some names in a hot minute. But those female dancehall artists were, to me, major. Remind me of some dancehall artists, female dancehall artists that I'm forgetting. Major. But and again, for me, I said I'm not successful now, because remember, we live in a time when success is easier than it was back then. It's way easier to become successful for right now. So the effort that it took, I'm just drop an arbitrary name, nobody say a she, man. The effort that it took Spice to become Spice, it would have taken 20 times that for Lady Saw to become Lady Saw. And then further in the future, the effort that it took for, let's say, Jada Kingdom to become Jada Kingdom, right? It would have took 100 times that for Lady Saw to become Lady Saw. So right now, when we think about even our female dancehall artists, there's not one female dancehall artist that's off the new crop. And again, much respect to them, and everybody's got a fan base and do what you do, but there's not one that, if you said to me, this artist is performing downtown, let's go, that I would be inclined to walk away from Netflix to go see. Right? Because it's just the times. But back in them days, if you'd have said to me, say, yo, ladies out on the road, I'm there. Tanya on the road, I'm there. You know what I mean? I'm there. Suzanne says not, period. Is Sweet Jamaica by Mr. Vegas and Friends relevant dancehall? And that's how old I am, because that's the type of dancehall I love. David, here's the thing now. Me are old people apparently, you know. Here's the thing with the dancehall that we love. Here's the thing that the dancehall that we love. Our dancehall that we love is the dancehall that we can rock to, and even if you're not dance on the place, you know, but you can rock to and you can dance to, and if them even mute the vocals, you can still say stuff on the rhythm and dance and have a good time. Our dancehall was about a good time. This dancehall now is about grime, and by that, what I mean pretty much is even when dancehall artists back, because all our favorite dancehall artists back in the day were dropping records that we'd consider little hardcore, whether it be sexually suggestive or violent. All of them, Bounty Killer have them too. Being it to a lesser degree, but he might have a 1 and 2 in them thing. But they felt good. When you're in the dance hall and you hear them and they do them thing, you feel good and you expect to go home. You know what I mean? You expect to go home and have a conversation the next day about, yo, you know somebody done a Bambalan last night and I done a Jack Rubilan, and yo, you don't never believe when Black Cat come through a murder. You know what I mean? Stone Love Power Joe. It was amazing. And that's how we talk about it. Right now, when you go to dance hall and certain songs start playing, you don't know if you make it back tomorrow. Right? Because it has a negative air. I've gone into dance hall, gone into places where you consider dance hall venue, and based on what the DJ, you just feel uncomfortable. Because nobody dances, you know what I mean? Back in the day, you dance and you see the girl in my dance and a bagger, big it up, woman, you see, you're beer whining and going, you know what I mean? Little Kirk, I sing on the dance already, man, and everything I go on, and a big, nice girl, and them thing, and them baby doll, and you know what I mean? And them tights, and them this and that look good right about now. The man, them have on the baby doll, and the tights, them, and in the dance hall, and everybody are screwed, like, I mean, and I'm buckling, and I'm spliffing them out, one, you know what I mean? Just everybody just look grim. And I'm like, I'm watching Netflix, man. You know? So dance hall in itself has turned. Baby Fresh said, so you can play just one. Here what now, Baby Fresh. Disclaimer. The reason why you don't hear me play certain songs on here is not necessarily just because I don't like them, for clarification. It's really because of copyright reasons. So I have clearances from certain places that I can play music from. But a lot of the music that I'd probably, if I had the opportunity to drop on you anything, so I don't, because they're multi-licensed. And it's just giving a quick explanation. It's not coming to like them. They're multi-licensed. So while, let's for argument's sake say, No Letting Go by Wayne Wonder. It's a VP release, right? So maybe I have a VP whitelist, maybe I don't. You know what I mean? So maybe I can play the VP whitelist. But the thing is, it's also licensed through Atlantic. I can't play it as a result. And if I do, then what's going to happen pretty much is it'll either cut the feed or it'll mute it later on. So when somebody else is watching back and them hear the song and it goes mute, they probably assume that the whole video is bad. So that's the reason why you might not hear me, you might not hear me play certain songs. Know what I mean? But may I find a dancehall song for you at the end of the show. When I don't care if they mute the end at that point, then I'm going to drop something for you, Baby Fresh. So you have to go, hold on, you know. As a matter of fact, tell me where you want me to play. Make sure I say proper, you know, because I'm not playing a derogatory song. Like me say, you know what? Me I play one cartel. Me I play my cartel where me want to play. Right? And I know you're going to love it too. Right? I know you're going to love it. Alright? So just say he looks and does depict that he is not well. That should be his focus. David, I said, drop your favorite cartel and done. I'm going to drop it at the end of the show, David. I can't drop it now. The man just come on road. They want a month of re-release and re-licensing and stuff are going on. But never song there right now. They would have cut the thing in about 2 minutes. You know what I mean? Sister Nancy. But let me not play hypocrite. David, most people who I gotta say, Sister Nancy, you're a DJ. You're from that era, right? Well, not really. The era is before you, but you came up under that era, right? I love Sister Nancy song. But the truth of the matter is this now. Most time when people call me and say Sister Nancy and Don Penn and this and that, they don't know them catalog, you know. They know a song. So as to not play hypocrite, I would not act like I was going to drive down the road for go see Sister Nancy either. You know? Because I'm not as familiar with the entire catalog as, I want to say entire catalog, I'm not familiar with 8 Sister Nancy songs. I'm probably going to play them now. I'm like, okay, I like metal. Maybe I got it. But I don't want to be hypocrite and be like dragging it into vintage vibes and, you know what I mean? Discrediting what the masses are doing, them thing that, you know? Baby Frost said, thanks to Kartel for doing Ramping Shop. Ramping Shop is one. Like I said, four Kartel songs in my personal playlist. Ramping Shop, Summertime, Clocks, Marijuana. Those are the 4. Right? David, I say, is Coffee an artist in the dancehall category? Coffee to me is a reggae / pop / I mean, let's just call her a hybrid. Because depending on, this is the thing, and this is the thing with reggae and dancehall music, Jamaican music, that only our culture can get away with. If you're a proper DJ, you play it in the reggae section and it's gonna work. You play Burning by Coffee and everything in the dancehall section, Lonely, all kind of stuff like that, where you have on one drops, it'll go work. You play the same songs in the dancehall vibes, and being the right DJ, it'll go work. While radio people would consider, well, I don't see Coffee as a dancehall artist, but I think she has some songs that qualify to put in the dancehall mix. You know, let's put it that way. Some people would say, okay, that's, you know, it's like Sizzla. Sizzla's a reggae artist, but Sizzla has dancehall songs. You know, so in my opinion, Sizzla's a reggae artist he has dancehall songs. Right? Baby Frost said, new generation Vybez Kartel, have no idea. Coffee, no. Time change. Badman pull up. Yeah. You know what? That tune bad too. It's just not in the playlist. Now that you mention it, I have drop in there now because I like that song that too. Come off of the thing, Baby Frost. Because you call out to me real old, you know. Baby Frost. You hear that tune, I'm a tune too. Yeah, that's the thing about music, you know. Sometimes you depend, from me, I say one tune, me know, and a man say, really? I run 10 but I know those 10 songs, you know. I guess I might have forgotten. Baby Frost, me I block you real fast, because you're right. You're right. But that tune proper. Bad man forward. I'm a tune. 5. All right, sir. 5. You might be going to 5. No, don't name no more. But you're right. Not even your favorite Marijuana Kartel tune. Marijuana, to me, a Kartel is my favorite Kartel song, you know. Because the way I listen to music, it's not about how hard it might go on, whatever the case may be. It's just the ingenuity of the song. Just the whole, you know, it's a love song for Marijuana. Yeah? It might sing like it might sing to a woman. You know what I mean? The same way how we look at, I got a song, Ultra Race, where, believe it or not, it come out before Smile Jamaica from Chronics, but Chronics are big artists, so I digress. But when you think about songs like Ultra Race and think of songs like Smile Jamaica from Chronics, those songs, the way how they're put together and they're love songs, but they're really singing about the country, or in my case, about my town, is the same way I feel about Vybez Kartel. Who name what, Baby Frost? That's how I feel about Vybez Kartel, Marijuana. When I say it's just a properly done song, and I've been in love with that song from the beginning, from day one. But to me, you know, it's one of them songs where it's just a properly done. You can tell that took thought. Everything about it is proper. Everything about it is right. I feel oftentimes like what them love now in a dancehall is just, one, they're in love with the artist because the artist establish a brand to them, and then anything the artist put out thereafter, them love it. But in all honesty, that very same song, if they never heard it from that artist and the artist give to another artist what them don't like, they wouldn't like the song. They wouldn't like the song. You know, Skeng have a song, and if him give to another artist to sing it same way just like him, nah, like it because a Skeng you like. Right? And to me personally, like I said, it's just, the dancehall now is not for me. It's not entertaining. You know, entertaining to me doesn't mean the theatrics. It means the music. So people say, well, artists, they dance no powder on an island or throwing a crowd and them something. No, say you upset me if you do him something, you throw powder upon me, I fling something up on the stage and then there goes the dance. Right? There goes the dance. They sound really G Cole fella, but are you throw things for me? Right? So all them thing there, I don't know what they call entertainment right now, enough for me. So let's take it from it's not a like I remember no. Dancehall no bill on live instrumentation and dancehall bill on synthesized instrumentation for the most part, you know, and sound system and all them things. So the entertainment factor of it's just the music. When with reggae music, it's more built on the live instrumentation and it being performed on stage with a band. So the artists have to perform and get the audience. But when it comes to dancehall music, give credit where credit is due. The ascension of dancehall music is more so because of the sound system and the DJs than even the artists. Enough legendary DJs would blew up because the selector them and the sound made a star out of them. Right? Outside of that, the music alone wasn't gonna make you no star. And here's the thing, if we want to be real about it, enough of our legends are gimmick artists, you know. No disrespect. The 70s and 80s, a lot of the earlier 80s one, a gimmicks artists them. If they came out today with the gimmicks, when they enough, you know what I mean? I'm sorry, retract that, delete that. But I'm just saying, a lot of people that we see as legends, we need to change the word and say them are pioneers, right? Them, they were there at inception. Know what I mean? They were there at inception. But that's why we have to retract the whole legendary status there, because a lot of what they did lyrically, wordsmith wise, is not comparable at all to what these kids are doing today. It's just the sentiments of the time that has us hooked. We're hooked to the sentiment of the time and our era. But a lot, when I go back nowadays and I listen to a lot of old vintage dancehall artists, why I love them and they feel good and the rhythm. Some King Tubbies and some King Jammys, the rhythm them are going bad. Right? In all honesty, it's nursery rhymes. Right? And a lot of them lyrics was elementary as all hell. And I say that just to say we have to give credit where credit is due. We've evolved in that regard. The artists of today are way more lyrical, way more wordy than those artists back then. But it don't feel good. It's dark. Even the songs that I'm singing for the girls sound like the women need to run. It don't sound like sexual attraction. It look like planning rape. You know what I mean? It sounds like that to me. It sounds like sex trafficking. You know what I'm saying? Patrice, what go on? Patrice said the way we listen to and purchase music have changed, and I think this also has a direct impact on the longevity of the music. We not listen to the whole song. Blame the DJ for that, you're so right. Blame the selector them for that, you're so right. Not only the selector, the audience too. Right? Large Up City Rock, big sound for real. Big sound for real. Beverlyn, what go on, Beverlyn? So run the tune, man. So run the tune. You want them shut down anything? David, I said we saw Peter Metro and Sugar Man and General Trees. Yeah, call out some name right now. Yeah. Those are legends, boy. Those are legends. Admiral Bailey, Papa San, and then there were much less females as regular performers, but Sister Nancy and her brother Brigadier Jerry. Yeah, Lord. Yes. Yeah, call some names. We're around the sound system at the time. Yeah. Facts. So when we use the word legends, we could drop legends on them people, but enough people is not. And let me scrutinize that now. There's a name in here so that I get legend based on tenure, based on time. Because again, remember, my thing when it comes to legend is the effect of the music, right? The effect of the music. The impact of the music, how you affected the whole thing. And to be perfectly honest with you, the success of the music. I feel like you gotta put them all in there. Because you had a big tune in the 1975 and David rated or G. Cole rated. And you all love that song, that don't make you a legend, my G. Because you were around in the era of 5 legends and they were close to you and you were one in the mix and they had 20 hits. And you had 1 regional hit in the mix. Don't mean say you are a legend too. So no me disrespect the people them still, but I'm just tell you, you know what I mean? I tell you, you know what I mean? Yo, baby, first David, yo, an old man. Jaja. Yo, you know it's funny? It's funny, David. You know it's funny? Call me a lot of things, man. It's like sometimes I'm old. I feel good. I'm like, yeah, man, I am. You know, it's like, yeah, man, I'm an old dude. Give me that old thing there. No, David said the list wasn't meant. I know the list wasn't meant to be a legendary thing. I know, but I had to say so because I saw it was a whole barrage of legends, and then there's name that I wouldn't call a legend was in the mix. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, when the man them say old man, I say, Jaja, me old, you know what? What's the contrary? Jano, right about now, when you get old, it's like, I tell you see, baby frost, you better eat your vitamins here. Eat your vitamins and drink your feral. You know what I mean? And all them things there. And make sure so you get old too. Because the contrary is not attractive. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm telling you, you're saying gray hair, start one of the, you're gray hair, I gotta take you to, you know. Receding hairline, I gotta take you. And you too shall be in the old man club like us. But in the meantime, go and enjoy yourself here. Yeah, well, Jaja, baby frost, me I go block you, you know, my like I said things that make sense, you know. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, say some things that make sense, you know. We have to block you fast, cause you say things that make sense. Large up City Rock for real. I had some conversations because I was gonna do a segment on it, but honestly, a lot of time I'm planning these segments and things come up and I don't get to do them. That's why I don't announce them. But you talk about the girls them love it. Yeah, there are some songs where the man that you want to cringe and they look and see how the girl them a behave to it and whatever the case may be. But you know, so it's a small majority. Because bear in mind, you know, when you look at music and how it is consumed, not just dancehall, I talk about reggae music and R&B and all kind of things. The amount of people that go into the venues and buy tickets are but a fraction of the people who are listening to the music. Right? A fraction. And here's what I will see that, I'm going to say I see this. When I go into the venues now, when I see certain songs play, I'm going to see the girl, them I go, ah. Plus the girl, them me don't want it. And baby fresh, you probably don't want me that. Let's just call a speed a speed. The girl where you see I go on and I say them love it, you don't want a girl. But anyways, I digress. So the thing is, when it comes to that whole concept of certain music I play and the girls them love it, right? We say certain music I play and the girls them love it, which is true. It's not everybody, because I notice that when I am in the dance hall, if that's what we call it now, the people who I see gravitating, yes, you're gonna have some girls in the dance and they're going crazy, but I'm not telling a lie. I observed it the other day. I was in Ocho Rios, went to a party in Kingston too, and observed the scenery. And yes, when some of them songs they come on, the girls I'm out there going away. But here's what I noticed, baby frost, I'm not telling no lie. If there were arbitrary numbers here, if there were 60 women in the dance, it was 6 of them that was up there carrying on. But the thing about dancehall and dancehall fans is that they're very loud, so it will give you the impression that everybody's loving it and everybody's having a good time. No different from it'll give you the impression on Instagram or whatever that the song is great. But it's because the regular listeners and other people, them quiet and them start listening to music and enjoying the music. Dancehall lovers and so forth, they're loud. They want to be, you know what I mean? So they come out and them go make a bag of noise and go on with a bag of things and create an energy that probably the reggae don't get. But my observation when I was in that space, in that dancehall space, is that, again, arbitrary numbers, if there were 60 women in there, is 6 of them went up front. But because 6 of them up there are going the most way and the cameras are on them and everybody look at the spectacle, everybody, you would think that the ladies are loving it. But when we look around, majority of the women weren't. But they're going out and I'm trying to enjoy themselves, and a man say, oh my God, dance, I want to carry my girl, and your girl, they won't lock up all day and she want to touch the road and whatever, want to go out there, and there's going to be little spots in the dance where the DJ can play some music with them love, and it could be new music, it don't have to be retro. Some new music and whatever plays and they love it and they enjoy it and they get to have a good time. Happens, right? Happens. However, majority of the times when those music are play is not a barrage of woman out there. So when we say the woman them love it, some of them love it. Some of them love it, Baby Frost. Some of them love it. Well, go on, Mish, how are you? Good to see you as always. Thanks for joining the party. You know what I mean? Does Sing Beres Hammond qualify for what, Mish? Elaborate. Baby Frost and me have a Google them. Listen, Baby Frost, let me tell you something. You might have to go to a library because them name this so old. You probably can't find it on Google. You have to go try find a library and find a book and blow off the dust off it and look up the name them. You know, you can stop it. You know. Look at song like Valiant, Bubblegum, him say, don't know the song. Is that a testament that I'm an old man? Songs come out, you know, and I get me wrong, and I may have heard them. Like there are 1 or 2 or 3 Valiant songs, if you play them, I've heard that before. But if you play a Bounty Killer song, me can't sing it. Me can't sing the entire My Experience album, word for word, if it's playing. Me can't sing the entire album, word for word. Right? Most time when somebody say Valiant, I guarantee you them can't sing the song them word for word. Right? Bubblegum. I've heard about that song now that you mentioned. People are Bubblegum. And a couple other songs done and this and that and that. But I mean, I can't. What I will say about Valiant, this super talented artist, I watched a video of Valiant doing an acoustic performance. Stark actually was there. Somebody else was there. But him do acoustic performance. I want to say the youth. But because first of all, don't get me wrong. Valiant, in voice and in delivery, amazing. Talent. Right? Some don't get it twisted. I'm not saying I'm not knocking. Trust me, talent did it. Them talent did it. But I am not gonna lie to you. If they drop an album, I'm not necessarily looking to go. I might hear a song, or you would have to play it for me, Baby Frost. You'd have to play it for me. But if them drop an album, I am in no way, shape, or form thinking, oh snap, I need to go get a new Valiant. Right? To even research it and come back and say, I like it or not like it. If Busy drop an album, I got it on vinyl. Busy drop last Busy album, yeah, I'm gonna listen to it, Busy. You know what I mean? So it's not like I'm anti-dancehall, you know what I mean? But the Valiants of the world, I'm not gonna tell no lie. I'm thinking about a couple of names. There's like a throw arbitrary names out there. Valiant, Silk Boss, Skeng. Give me some other name. You have another look at you to a bad tune. I can't remember his name. Damn, can't remember look at you name. But him bad. But the only one I remember some songs from is Valiant. And can't remember. I'm gonna tell you the kid's name in a minute, but because every day another one come out. Mish say someone posts if Kartel can put dancehall back on top. And the answer is no. In my opinion, Mish. Baby Frost, the girl, they're mad over that. Mish love the pass, you know. See, David called me up. David said earlier, G. Cole said earlier Vybez Kartel was part of the problem. David I. You say you're going with no David I? Suppose people never hear that. Now you're showing me another thing now. Was part of where dancehall is where it is now. Let me clarify that, Mish. So you don't just take what David I said, right? What I said pretty much is for those people who think that dancehall is in a crazy place lyrically and energy-wise, and then they are saying, is Vybez Kartel going to salvage and save dancehall? I don't understand how you can expect somebody to come and save something that they contributed to where it is. Now, bear in mind, while I might not be happy and excited about where dancehall is and how dancehall is, it doesn't mean it not have fans and it's not considered a success to some people. So I mean, I say maybe the path that he took it down isn't what they deem success. But I'm saying for me, and if you are going to ask a question like, can Kartel save dancehall, then obviously I think dancehall have a problem. If you're asking the question, which I got asked about 15 times today, if you're asking the question, will and can Kartel save dancehall, it means you think dancehall is either dying or have a problem. Why you would ask that question? And then I would answer by saying, how real is your expectations if you are anticipating that the person to save dancehall is the person who spearheaded dancehall going in the direction it is. Right? You're asking the hooker to stop the prostitution. Right? Stop it right about now. The original OJ. Nah. It don't happen that way. Baby Frost like Vybez Kartel say, freaky girl. Me say, maybe I'm too young, but me never hear a Valiant bubblegum. Because you have diabetes and you know no candy and no sweet, no need. But if I'm listening, I say name broccoli, I know about it because your doctor say if you eat that. You know what I mean? But when it comes to bubblegum, that now come up on your feet, none at all, because we too old. You know what I mean? Your sugar. The Jamaican say your sugar. Right? Your sugar. What up, Lady Tia? Yo, there's this kid though, I can't remember his name. Throw out some names out there. Baby Fresh, throw out some names. I'm gonna tell you who. I can't remember this kid's name. He has a video where he's in a wheelchair. There's partying in a wheelchair. My braces and dark skinny youth, all of them are. You know who I'm talking about. But I think he's dope, talented. But again, talented enough for me to watch and say, yo, that's fire. Not talented enough for me to download. Not talented for me to go watch. But again, that's not my cup of tea, and they all have their audience. Right? They all have their audience. But obviously, because the concept and the question of dancehall being salvaged or saved by Kartel keeps coming up, ultimately says to me that y'all see a problem with it. Right? Obviously, I mean, to me, it says that y'all have a problem with it. Yo, Baby Frost said, Vybez Kartel the dancehall hero. Like, give the man some vitamin, I hope him survive. David, I said, then that me say, no, me have it. You see, David, just when you see, no, David, they move like so the media do the click thing, them the clickbaits, and they'll get the soundbite. You drop the soundbite. I gotta explain myself. All right, I gotta explain myself. You ain't gonna get me set up. The guy that was arrested for gun charges, or Rygin King. All right. First of all, I don't know how I'm talking about dancehall and successful dancehall, and I haven't said Popcorn. Right? Popcorn is up there doing them thing too. Popcorn is one of the stalwarts of dancehall. But again, a protege of Vybez Kartel. Rygin King. I just heard a song from Rygin King with Damon Junior Gang Marley with fire. But I'm not gonna lie to anyone and tell you this. Rygin King came around in the era of me not necessarily being so dialed into dancehall. So I'm not gonna lie, I don't know too much Rygin King songs, and I know the story of Rygin King more than I know the Rygin King songs. I know the story of getting shot and he's in a wheelchair and the whole nine, and you know, but I can't say. I like melodic stuff, right? DeMarco. I like DeMarco as a dancehall artist, but again, DeMarco is not in the young crop. So maybe I'll hold me on. Ding Dong, all right. Ding Dong, cool. Ding Dong have the party song them, but again, like I said, when me I go give me ratings to artists, more I have everything. More I have a catalog star. More I be able to sit down and hear culture by your thing, roots by your thing, bad man thing by your thing, girl song by your thing, party thing by your thing. More want to hear the whole thing. I think with Ding Dong is just one lane, but if you want an entity, you want a show and you just want to come out and have a good time, yeah man, a Ding Dong that. Because here's the thing, and again, for true music lovers, you see the thing is this, we have to be honest. Baby Frost, may I tell you something? You know, majority of music lovers are casual listeners. And I think that's where the problem comes. Majority of music lovers are casual listeners. And the casual listeners clash with the people who really love it. Because a lot of the casual listeners don't really love it. And the reason why I say that is this. Most of the people who say Valiant. In some years, who is a fire for? Who is a fire for? Ding Dong? Baby Frost, who is a fire for? So the people who say a lot of these names can't sing a song, can't sing the whole lyrics, can't tell you too much, right? Patricia, that's Buju that you just described, yeah? Buju Banton does have that catalog. The last 2 albums didn't contribute too much to the legacy, but I mean, it is what it is. I digress, right? But Buju does have that catalog. Buju and Sizzla Kalonji are one of those people where if Sizzla never made another album after Soul Deep, his legacy would have been cemented. It wouldn't have mattered, right? He had enough. Buju, Magic City. You know, thereafter, don't get me wrong, you can get a nice song here or there. Oh, you say fire puppy. Hey, listen, I don't get involved in all that. I don't buy the stories and I don't buy the myths. I buy the music, right? When me download Kartel, him don't jump out in my living room and say, Wagwan G Cool. Oh, nope. You know what I mean? Popcorn not coming either. You know what I mean? So, you know, no, that's not happening. So I don't get caught up in the artists and their and again that further proves the point there too when I say a lot of times it's not the music, it's the love for the artist. Because many people are gonna say fire for Poppy, fire for this or that, you know what I mean? And many people will say fire for Mavado because they are a Gaza fan more so than a Gully fan, and that has now become a cultural thing and a territorial thing in adverse to the music thing. Because then Mavado put out some great music and you just not gonna embrace it because it's Mavado, right? And the same thing go for the Vado fan them. Kartel put out some great music and you're not gonna embrace it because of Kartel, right? So at this point in time, it's tried and proven to say it is not the music that you're attached to, it is the artist. Now that to me is what the casual listener is. The person who loves the music will have a playlist that have a Kartel followed by a Mavado, followed by a Popcorn, because them just love it. You know what I mean? David, I said, Buju greatest new song named Coconut Water. Seen? I heard the song, David. Greatest. Well, maybe when we're in that time when we're talking about the best of the bad lot, and if Buju's greatest new song is Coconut Water, it may be a testament that he hasn't put a lot of great songs lately, right? When we think of Buju Banton, for argument's sake, people are in love with the legend and the legacy of Buju Banton. I'm not saying the artist, nothing wrong with the artist's music, but I'm just saying that's why, you know, him can do some songs right now that aren't necessarily great. Upside Down 2020, the song Yes My Friend, love that. And there's probably another one on there that I love, Memories with John Legend. I love that song. Majority of the album I skipped by. Coconut Water, decent. On the album Born for Greatness, David, there were about 5 songs that I liked. Again, nothing great, but I like. But I can't say Coconut Water was in the top. Mish says Screwdriver, Cranium. I hope says Screwdriver's an old man, right? If we're talking about the same thing, Mish here, because if you say that's a draw names arbitrary, you know, Screwdriver, old man, you know. Cranium has songs and fans and whatever the case may be. I can name one Cranium song, but if you play his catalog, I probably can recognize 3. But I know one Cranium song, right? And that's the same one that you know, Mish. I know you know one, right? TJ, who is from the new crop, Chronic Law, artists like those. I remember when the 6 was the popular thing and there was nothing to substantiate it, but other than they had a lot of social media presence, of course, that come from the cash influx, right? And they had a nice social media presence. So everybody was talking about the 6 and this and that and that, but the music was never there to back it up, in my opinion. And you can also tell that it wasn't organic. You can tell it wasn't organic. And how do you tell things aren't organic? Here's an old people time. Oh, you can tell stuff is not organic. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. I used to play on this radio station, and the radio station was forcing us to push music from a pop artist. And I'm like, why are they doing that? But what I realized is the pop artist was the son of one of the owners or investors in the station. And they made it sound, and the song sound good enough, because it probably was produced by a top-notch producer because they had major money. And they made it sound like this guy was the next Justin Bieber. And we go to YouTube and you see some videos with millions of views, right? But then if you ever looked up performance, you never found any. Now I'm saying to myself, in this era of white pop artists that's doing R&B and whatever the case may be, you would have seen them on MTV or something like that. None of them. Artists came and performed in Miami. Nobody. When I say 15 people, nobody knew who he was. So all of that popularity that is created. You pay for that. You can create that. And the same thing happened with a lot of our artists in Jamaica when it comes to dancehall, is that it's fabricated numbers, and even the fandom is fabricated because it's like when you go to a club or when you're up on Salt Beach and there's many clubs on the block and you're walking by. Because I used to be in clubs there ready to band string up to play, and I'd see people come in, and what they would do is they'd peek in the club. And if the club wasn't packed, they wouldn't come in. But for every two or group of 4 or 6 people that peeked in the club and saw that it wasn't packed and walked on, if they came in, 3 sets of people, the club would have looked more packed and then eventually would have been packed, right? It's the same thing with a lot of this stuff right here, where a lot of the people who are listening to artists and rate artists and stuff like that, them is not the artists. They go YouTube and see the amount of views. It's no different from interviews and stuff. A lot of time people watch interviews based on how many views are on the interview. So if you look at the interview and the interview have 100 views, you're not that intrigued to go watch it. But if the interview has 1 million views, you're gonna make it 1,000,001. It's the same thing with a lot of these artists. The success not real. Right? They say, y'all, you baby first. Lady G. David said plenty. When you say 4 songs on Buju recently, they're mostly unlistenable. I preferred the last album, Greatness, that's right name, Born for Greatness, to the 2020 album, right? I preferred it. But I would say I really enjoyed about 4 or 5 of the songs. The rest of them, they weren't bad songs in them, but this is Buju we are talking about. So I'm talking about songs that are going to make me want to listen over and over again, right? I'm going to give a perfect example. And I just want you to take this for me. I just want you to take this for me. Buju have a song that features Stephen Marley on his album. Listen to it. It's okay. Stephen Marley have a song that features Buju on his album. It is excellent. Right? I'm just dropping that to say people create music, the output ain't the same all the time. Right? From a greatness standpoint, Buju hasn't put out anything on, and I'm talking about like a song now, I'm talking about not the album, but a song, on the Till Shiloh level. Which is the reason why when you go to the concerts now, you're going there to hear them songs. You're not going to hear nothing from 2020, Upside Down 2020, and you're not going there to hear nothing from Born for Greatness. Let's just keep it a buck. Misha dig in our bag again, in our purse, in our grip. What about Lady G? Lady G is my favorite female. Lady song, my favorite. My second favorite, but one of my favorite female artists all time. Lady G. Fire. But different era, right? And my point is, with Lady G, if Lady G had the push and the momentum that some of these people have now, then way up there, so. All right. But Lady G is amazing. Baby Frost at Google time again. Mish say I love Spragga Benz and Super Cat. Mish, tell me 3 Spragga Benz song and tell me 3 Super Cat song. I like Spragga Benz. You know, maybe I might be in the minority with this, but Super Cat, legendary. Contributions are legendary. Has a catalog, but Super Cat has never been my. I never felt about Super Cat how I felt about the Shabbas of the world. Never did. I don't know if external affairs contribute to that more so than that. I just don't feel like I don't enjoy. I've never been to a show, you know, but when I watch the performances on the internet, I've never been moved. You know what I mean? But can't question contributions and legendary stuff, you know. Andrea, what's popping? How are you? Great to see you. Great to see you. Patrice, like I said, you right. So Spragga bad artist, man. And again, but that's my era of dancehall. That's my era of dancehall. Right? Those are the times the first CD that I bought. I grew up in Ocho Rios and I was buying a whole bunch of R&B stuff and all kind of things. Hip hop. The first CD that I spent my money from my very first job at NCB and bought first CD. I'm not putting it by genre right now, but the first CD I bought with my money was Born to Kill on My Experience. And when I hear people talk about dancehall and this and that, I don't know why I don't hear it, but I'm gonna tell you this. Somebody gonna have to come correct. But I think that might be the best dancehall album of all time. Born to Kill on My Experience. Now, again, that's my opinion. I opine on that one. But if you wanted to put a little mix and say, all right, top, there's a couple other ones I could argue to say the same thing. Maybe Buju Banton, people not going, you know, and I can probably say Mr. Mention, but I'm gonna say Voice of Jamaica. But either one of them two Buju Banton dancehall albums, the Voice of Jamaica, and Mr. Mention could be put in there alongside Born to Kill on My Experience, Beanie Man. Is it Many Moons or Moses? I'm gonna check and let y'all know. So there are probably 4 albums that you could shake up in a cup, and anyone that came out, you can say, okay, all right, that might be considered the best, you know. Well, go on, brother. Marlon said, I think Supercat is a great recording artist, but not the greatest performer. Baby Frost is like, Supercat? Cats? You guys had cats on the stage? What are you talking about? Like a superhero? Come on, y'all old people. What you talking about? We talking about Skilly banging them. You know what I mean? Skeng. You know, RT Boss. He's not an artist, but you don't know me. That's a call name right about now. Silk Boss, my bad. Silk Boss. And you know, that Baby Frost down there say right about now, man, I Google up all kind of things. Baby Frost say boom boom conqueror, bang 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 bang. Right? But my experience is definitely, to me, if I was to say right now the 4 greatest dancehall albums, and in my opinion, again, a lot of people go back and it's nostalgia and on upon. You remember when Josie Wales dropped? I'm sorry. You remember when Brigadier? I'm sorry. General Trees was the beast. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? And I can't think of a whole bunch of other artists that they were dope. But if you want to come up with the all time and say dancehall now, I would say you have to think about Born to Kill on My Experience. You have to think about, and I'll let the masses choose whether it be Mr. Mention, or if they're going to choose Voice of Jamaica from Buju Banton, right? Any one of them. And whichever one you choose, I'll go with. Right? All right, so let me see if I find the Beanie Man album that I'm talking about right now when I say it could get tossed in the hat. So, yeah, Many Moods of Moses could be Many Moods of Moses, or let's see here, Maestro. Boy, Beanie Man, catalog ain't nothing to play with, no Beanie. Beanie Man, your catalog is nothing to play with. Don't make them tell you nothing. It is nothing to play with. All right, let's see. If I back to, no, that's not the one. That's not the one. That's not the one. and I'm careful not to make sure I accidentally put a compilation in here because it's not a, I can't put that in there. Beenie Man Blessed. Beenie Man have a couple of albums that you could toss maybe 2 or 3 Beenie Man albums in the hat too. Right, when we talk about best dancehall album. But there is no, and guess what? Maybe I can't even have this conversation because nowadays dancehall artists don't have albums. So that's a difference. So I guess you can't talk about that. We got to skip. These dancehall albums the artists don't have album. Now let me tell you something. There are some artists where you have the preference and certain things are not for you. And you have some artists when them say the girl them artists that are the bad man. Let me just say they used to say Beenie Man a girl them artists and Bounty Killer bad man artists. But I think they can conflate, especially Bounty Killer. But let me tell you something. You have an artist out here. The ladies are going more pop up for the one than the fellas. But you have an artist out there who's a dancehall artist, no matter how you slice and dice it. You have an artist out here named Dexter Daps. Dexter Daps is one of the wickedest thing ever. He's a singer, dancehall artist though. Dexter Daps is one of the wickedest thing ever. Alright, we're gonna call him dancehall R. Kelly. Except for the transgressions. You know what I mean? But from a talent standpoint. Right? Dante said, I'm more into the rhythms that Supercat chooses than what he does on them. You know what? I feel you on that. Marlon said, honestly, none of the current crop of dancehall artists don't move me at all. John, no, see that? You hear that, baby, for us? And now I'm moving on them. Art and Life and Maestro. I wonder if Art and Life may I talk about. Marlon, it might be Art and Life. Let me look real quick and I'll be able to say. But where's Art and Life? Come up fast before me vex. Being a man, Art and Life. Let me see. Haters and fool, I love me now, girls, I'm sugar. Good album, but yeah, I would actually put Art and Life bad still, not Art and Life bad. But I think Maestro. Yeah, Being a Man Maestro. That's the album I'm talking about. That's could be dropped in there for best album. Dancehall album ever. And in all honesty, Marlon, I would put Many Moods of Moses over Art and Life. So for me, I would have Maestro's, if I'm ranking the Beenie Man album, I have Maestro's number 1. I'd have Many Moods of Moses as probably number 2. I would probably have what album name again? No album. I would have Blessed. I would actually take Blessed and then Art and Life. If I was to rank them like that. You know what I mean? So you see that me say I don't like Dexter Daps. And again, you know. Alright, so when you were introduced to Dexter Daps, the Dunningham, Dexter Daps are killing mood already. So I might get them thing. But Dexter Daps, the first time I heard Dexter Daps was 7-11. And outside of that, Dexter Daps has even the song them with is too much for me. Them still bad. The last album by Dexter Daps drop, I think it's called Trilogy. When I say bad, you must say some things I'm up on Jano and Dexter. Jano. But when I say bad. Right now, Dexter Daps is on your show. It is a rap. You understand me? Either don't go with your woman or don't make sure you go none at all. Right? But it's a rap. All right, but Dexter Daps is dope. Baby Frost say, yeah, man, tech boy, girl. Dexter Daps is the real deal. But I mentioned Dexter just to say he's a singing dancehall artist. But you know, it's funny. We're talking about dancehall and we're leaving with a bag of people who are Mr. Vegas. Mr. Vegas is a presence that's very polarizing. Some people hate Mr. Vegas, but it's not the music why they hate him, you know. It's social media why they hate him. But let me tell you something. Mr. Vegas got hits. Mr. Vegas a dope performer. Mr. Vegas is the epitome of dancehall and successful dancehall. So don't sleep on the likes of a Mr. Vegas, right? And we talking about dancehall contributions from people like a Dan Newton and Monday, which is it ain't a tremendously wide catalog, but the potency of the hit song or the hit songs is amazing. I feel you, Marlon, when I say not my cup of tea, but he's an amazing. It's like, yo, I mean, you know what I mean? And I'm like, you know what I mean? Dexter Daps is the artist that Dexter has the female fans. But Dexter, to me, his music comes across like some of your biggest, baddest female artists. And here's what I mean about it. Think about R&B artists. You know, there's one simple reason why over the years, because some of the biggest artists would come out, the Tony Braxtons or the, you know what I mean? They're the Marys and stuff like that. But you know, and sometimes they're better than their male counterparts. But you know the reason why they didn't always sell more than their male counterparts? Because men can't sing their songs. Women are made differently. Women can sing all of the man song them. No matter when the man is saying girl and woman, a woman will sing that. But when the man has a boy and man, the man not gonna sing that. And then Dexter does the same thing now, where his things are deeply towards certain things where a man can sing it to the woman, but if you go up to a woman and say to her where Dexter say, Mish say not this female, Mish. In the words of Baby Frost, I want you to don't take this from G Cole. I want you to take this from Baby Frost. Not G Cole. Baby Frost, alright? Yo, you when it comes to them things I want to talk about, yo, listen to your thing. You know what I mean? Sap your knee. You understand me? Sap your knee. Remember say I come sap your knee. Sap your knee. Go ahead bed before 10 o'clock because you know say that's what we did. Sap your knee with some Epsom salt, mish. We all because you know we all. So the next thing now gonna appeal to you. But it's funny when you say Dexter, but I'm saying Dexter's a dancehall artist, a hardcore dancehall artist. He's just singing the stuff that many DJs would a DJ. So it's when you say you like Killer and you like even some Spragga and you like some Bunty and you like some this. Imagine those songs being sung smoothly by a singer. That's your Mish, I tell you this. Let me tell you this, Mish. If Dexter Daps was around in your years, in your heyday, when you were in your 20s, if you were 25 and Dexter Daps was around, you can't say all the way you want to say right now. It's before the kids and you know what I mean? And the newfound love and all them thing there. Before the kids and the settle down and the knees and the, you know what I mean? And the Geritol complete and them thing there, you know what I mean? Before all of that. If Dexter Daps was out in them the time there, there'd be more your panties on Dexter Daps stage than in your panty draw at home. I know it. You know what I mean? There'd be more draws on Dexter's stage than you got at home. Right? You be rolling commando most of these time because where your panties at Dexter Daps stage. You can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. You know what I mean? Mitch, trust me. Right about now, you just that Dexter Daps thing. You just that Dexter Daps thing. You know what I mean? It's like me listening to Jada Kingdom and them right about now. Just age, it does not connect. But Mitch, let me tell you something. Back in your day when you're bad, Andrews when you jump the fence, I come out to Andrew and talk about I want a KC boy. You know what I mean? When you're bad them days there, you know what I mean? Boss, bang, 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 cut out pocket, them days there. If Dexter Daps was around, you would that me tell us no right about now. You know what I mean? 2 panty to have 2. Why? Because the whole of them they on Dexter stage. You know what I'm saying? 5 days out a week and have nothing going on. You know what I mean? Breeze. Ooh, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Remember, research the thing. Now throw Baby Frost. Julie said, did you say sap your knee? Then I tell you, man. Sap the thing, man. Misha don't want to go a beach, you know, and don't go further past her knee. So you're not going to swim. No, I'm going to sap my knee with some salt water. Bloop, bloop, bloop. But don't worry yourself, Mish, and you alone. Baby Frost said, wet the person. Baby Frost, you know the thing already. You know it, and she knows that too, you know. Jana. Mish. They say you're 39. Okay, so you're 39. I give you that. But if you were 16 when Dexter Daps came out, you'd have 4 picnic right now, and last name before them have Daps. You know what I mean? Or at least 3 of them last name is Daps. You know what I mean? When you're young and bad and I jump the Andrews fence, Daps. When you jump the fence and I go in and fit them and I say, yeah, I mean, yeah, Mish, Daps. You know what I mean? Daps. You know what I'm saying? Daps. So, Mish, I slapped the knee Sunday when my brother stood me up. Ooh. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's what the dancehall thing they write about now. You know? So I wish them all the best. The concept of will Vybez Kartel save dancehall? No. If dancehall needs saving, then you need to find yourself another hero. If you think dancehall needs saving, then you're going to have to find yourself another hero. Is there a demand for him and songs that gonna come out and people want to hear him? Absolutely. With his talent, can him drop something crazy? What? With his level of talent, could he drop a tune or two and upon? I wanna talk about Chargy at that cartel I go on around here. Of course. And would I probably fall in love with it? Yeah, probably. Is he going to come out and save dancehall? No. Now, Kartel's been gone for 11 years. The first Kartel song I heard, I was probably in my 30s, my young 30s, high 20s, when I first heard a Kartel. When I first heard the Kartel song, I was in my high 20s, right? And so you're talking about 20 some years ago, of which he was away for 11 plus years, right? And so much has transpired between then and now. His fan base is now grown. And while the fan base will probably fly in and come watch that first show, because everybody want to be a part of the first thing that's coming out and whatever, right? I don't think that's sustainable in terms of sustaining him at the top, the whole rescue dancehall scenario. The reason why people can look at Buju, because I don't think Buju came and rescued reggae music. I don't think so. If he planned on doing that, he ain't do it yet, right? I don't think Buju rescued no dancehall, no reggae music. And the reality of it is why Buju was able to come and Buju is Buju. But the reason why too he was able to come and cement himself in that spot, if we're being honest, is when Buju came home, who was at the top of reggae? Chronic's gone. Chronic's was it and Chronic's gone. There are other artists that are decent. Tyrus Riley, borderline silent at the time, right? And a couple of other artists that you would have expected a lot from were borderline silent at the time, right? So, Mr. I would have dropped that exactly. Baby Frost, trust me, Baby Frost, I have the tune line up, you know. You think I'm gonna have the tune line up? But there's no one them cut off the team, have the tune line up. You think I have the tune line up?
Boss, this a third rail.
You think I joke, man? That's all I give you. But I'm gonna drop it before I go in. I'm no feel, sir. No feel, so I'm gonna have my cartel them line up, you know. No feel, so I'm gonna have my cartel them line up. But of course, let me tell you, my cartel them. The cartel them where I and I love, you know what I mean? Not the one them where, you know what I mean? Take me, girl, you take me easy, who you ramp with? You want to live easy? Not those cartels. Me talk about my cartel them with me dig like, you know what I mean?
Love this, you know. Pool party.
That me talk, boy.
Even the beach, me a feel.
Jaja, that me talk, boy. Summertime.
Every man say if come along. Go for your suntan in the summer sun.
I'm here try to get shut down in this, you. Bad company, Baby Frost. Bad company. Yeah, bad company. But again, Mish know the shrep. She know what going on. She know someone get cut off, chop off, and drop off around here. You know, happy Emancipation Day to all my Jamaican people across the globe. Something that came up, and I didn't really get. I didn't know this cartel thing was going to go so far. You know what I mean? But I posted earlier, and I mean it sincerely. Some people argued with me or whatever, but I think this year's Olympics is trash. I haven't seen everything, and I'm not interested. And to be honest with you, we all act like we watch the Olympics. We don't watch the Olympics. We watch a certain couple things in the Olympics, right? People talk about the controversy of the opening ceremony. I didn't watch most of that because I was so I was watching the parade so I could see Jamaica and all this stuff, and what I saw was a bias from NBC 6 made me just stop, which was pretty much all the countries coming up from A all the way down, and they gave countries that had one athlete 30 seconds, a minute, you know what I mean? Countries that haven't achieved much at the Olympics, 30 seconds, a minute, going into the history talking stuff. Jamaica, one of the most decorated track and field countries in the world, the home, the root, the mecca of of the fastest man in the world and fastest women in the world ever, right? And many other shortly behind them, consistently over the world. Small country or whatever the case may be, who had, if I'm not mistaken, probably about, I don't even remember, man, a lot, probably 20 something, 30, I don't know what, I don't remember the number, maybe even more athletes in the Olympics, in adverse to some nations who had 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. And when they mentioned Jamaica, it was probably 2 seconds. And there goes Jamaica, the colors, and then I move right on. I was like, damn, my son to do it. After I'm wait all this time for see Jamaica, and that give me. So afterwards, I dialed out, right? But all of what I was tortured into watching prior to that was crap. I was bored out of my mind. I'm not talking about the whole sacrilegious stuff, and they're talking about making a mockery of Christianity. I ain't seen none of that, right? But then I wouldn't have been surprised it's France, right? And it looked, from my understanding too, it was a gay ceremony. That's what I heard, you know what I mean? It was pushing an agenda, it seems. It just seemed like a hardened effort to push an agenda. But, see the Patrice, and all he said was Jamaica singing in the rain. I was mad too, Patrice. I left it after that, I was gone, right? But it was boring. The most entertaining thing about it to me was that song, the opera song that was fused with the metal song. I was like, yo, that's dope. Everything else to me was trash. It was just nonsense. And then thus far, even this case of the Olympic boxer from Italy who had to fight what is they're saying is a transgender, because somebody came on and said, well, the person's not, a virgin of mine say the person's not really transgender, they just had high reported testosterone. But that's one person telling me that. But all the articles that I've seen or read indicate that this is a transgender athlete that was trying to get in from before I finally made it in this Olympics, right? And the other female boxer couldn't, she had to stop in 46 seconds and she done. Now, if I ain't right, if I'm not right, and that, I'm sorry, what I saw was a dude. So if I'm not right, it is what it is. Blame my eyes. I saw a guy on there. That's what I saw. Sorry. That's what I saw. But so to me, the whole Olympics thing, and then I hear that and I'm hearing now that Sharika is no longer doing 100. I mean, I don't know the technicalities of it. You know, Elaine ain't there too. We know that. And well, you know, this is rebuilding time for Jamaica. So that's what I'm here to see. But to me, I'm not that interested in, it doesn't have my attention like Olympics in the past had. And as I talk to other people, many people feel the same. It's too much agendas being pushed, and it just, you know, even the USA basketball team, the men's team, or whatever the case may be, they got a stacked team and they're doing what they're doing. But the whole, it's just not as intriguing as it was before. I'm sorry. This is the first year that I'm just borderline not interested. I'm just here for the track and field. You know, call me when it's track and field time. Know what I mean? But it's what it is. Mish says, I'm missing from the Olympics. Can I be honest? Without everyone hating me, I didn't like Jamaica Olympic clothing. I black all you in a Mish. You see you? God no. The Olympics, yeah man. When I was reading and I was watching a lot of comments on social media, especially from people in the Olympics for run and get them goal and try compete or whatever the case may be. And you talk about people in clothing. it's not a fashion show. Now, don't get me wrong, it is. Everybody's parading their wares, and I saw this thing where people were talking about the clothes, and you're right. There was some fashion person who was talking about the clothes and giving credit here, giving credit there, trash and that. When they came to Jamaica, what they said was the clothes look like it's all over the place, right? Bright colors, but look like it's all over the place. That's what they said, and they moved on. But I couldn't care less. I don't care about no clothes. I'm watching Olympics for nobody's clothes. I want to see you run. I want gold medals. I don't care about the clothes. As far as I'm concerned, you could have wore jeans and a t-shirt. I wouldn't give a damn. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have cared. But there you go. Talking about you didn't like the Jamaica Olympic clothing. You're probably one of them will watch for the clothing too. Remember, we living in the USA, so they are going to highlight their own. Now, I'm not saying no, that they aren't going to highlight their own. But remember, the USA hadn't even come up yet. What I'm saying is the blatant bias. When it comes to track and field, Jamaica is the zenith in terms of competition. 100 meter, 200 meter, 4x4, 4x1, 4x2. And in some regard, 4x4, the hurdles sometimes. So you're talking about, let me put it to you like this. Imagine if you were talking about 90s basketball, the golden era of basketball, what they call the best years of basketball. You're talking about that, right? Which I disagree, but it is what it is. And you talk about the Showtime Lakers and Magic Johnson, and you talk about the bad boys, the Detroit Pistons, and you even get in and start talking about how Utah was coming up, you know what I mean, with Karl Malone and can't remember my name. And then you talk about Seattle end up on when you think about my man's up there, Garrett Payton, and you think about Sean Kemp, and you're talking about it, and you give them a minute or two to talk about the history of the team, blah 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 blah, and then you came to Chicago and you'd be like, yeah, and the Bulls, they had Jordan in them, and you moved on. You can't do that. Say maybe because maybe you are a rival and you don't like Chicago. So you go into all the glories and this and that, and you give a minute or 2 minutes and 5 minute expose and on the Lakers and the Supersonics, and you talk about, and you even go back to the Heat, that back then is expansion team and it's doing what it does, and you start going talking about all the Shaq came in the league and he came to Orlando Magic, and it was Shaq and Penny and Horace Grant and them. You know what I mean? And it was amazing. But then when you get to Chicago, you'd be like, yeah, and in Chicago, Jordan was up in there, and then you moved on. That was what happened when it came to Jamaica. Like Patrice said, all they said is, hey, they're look at their bright colors, they're singing in the rain, and they moved on. Right? And Jamaica, if I'm not mistaken, it was between 20-something or 30-something athletes that they had. I might be wrong, whatever. But you're talking about some countries that had one athlete, 2, 3, some had never met, and some of them, they spend time telling you how much they have never won and what they've gone through to be here and whatever the case may be, blah, 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 but you glossed over Jamaica. And I knew why they did it, but it doesn't mean it wasn't whack. Right? I knew why they did it, but it was trash. It was whack. It was whack. Right? So as a result, I was done. At that point in time, I stopped watching. I don't think I've seen anything Olympic since then. Right? But I see the things and come across my feed, and then the last thing I saw was the boxing scenario, and I'm like, damn. You don't I don't care what it is, transgender situation. Men and women cannot compete in the same sport. Men and women can compete in the boardroom. Physical stuff they're not supposed to. And people say, yeah, woman can beat man or whatever. No, you could beat me. Right? You beat me. Right? I love me some Asia Wilson. Asia Wilson would beat me on the basketball court 30 to nothing, 30 to zip, but would probably play LeBron James and not score zip and get, because as great as she is, if you're comparing apples to apples from a physical standpoint, women cannot physically compete with men, and they're not supposed to, especially in what we deem violent sports. So you should go to jail if you ever put a man's rugby team to play against a woman's rugby team. Right? Shelly Ann Fraser Price is the fastest woman. Iliad is the fastest woman ever. But they both would tell you that they would get a donkey lens from a Usain Bolt. It's just not. You don't do that. Wrestling, boxing, sports like those, you don't put a man up against a woman. Serena Williams said it. I was watching her documentary, and she straight up told you she's the best at it in the women's sports, but you can't compete with men. You're not supposed to. Now, because you wake up on a Friday and think that and tell the masses that you're not a man anymore, you're a woman now, doesn't mean physically you're still not superior to women. And I think it is foul on so many levels to ever allow. And I don't care what the parents say. I don't care. You got your child and your child ain't good enough to make the men's team. It ain't for them. Don't be supportive later on when they try to make the women's team. It's cheating. I'm a woman now. You know, I'm transgender. I transitioned. No. Respect everybody's life and choices, but when it comes to the sports scenario, no, it's not fair. It's an unfair advantage. Should never be allowed. That being said, I want to big up my little godson, Caden, and the Yukon Huskies over there in Sunrise. They won the basketball championship this weekend. The kids play their heart out, man. Proud of you. And I want to send a shout out to one of the mothers. When we were walking into the game, and this is not a mother of one of the kids on his team. When we were walking into the game, my wife and I, we saw a kid walking up with his trophy in hand, right? And I know that wasn't the finals. Finals was what my godson was in, and he was going to go play now. But I saw a kid walking up, and his mother was like waiting for him. Obviously, mother was there watching the game, and the kid did all of what he needed to do and say his, it's time to go now. And he was walking with his trophy in hand, and the mother said, man, I'll tell you this, she didn't have to say this loud, but she was like, I know you're not coming up in here with that participation trophy. We ain't bringing that participation trophy home. I was like, damn. Mama said, you ain't bringing that participation trophy home. I said, damn. But I'm not gonna lie, I felt like giving mom a high five. Yeah, we don't do that. It is okay to lose, and it is okay to lose gracefully. You're not supposed to be rewarded for losing. So this whole concept of the participation trophies, I'm not with it either. When I heard mama said that, I was like, well, mama ain't playing. Mama said, and don't think, oh, well, these women, these black women. No, it was a white woman. So don't be coming for my sisters and talking about, oh my gosh, oh, you're with your children like that. How could you be like that? It's a white woman. It's a white woman. It wasn't Keisha. It was Amber. Right? She said, don't bring that participation trophy home. I was like, damn, that's cold. She didn't have to say it that loud, but I'm with her though. I agree. Sports organizations out here, youth sports organizations, please stop the participation trophies, please. And parents, sometimes your kids ain't good enough. Sometimes they don't play for the best team. It happens. And this is going to happen to them in life otherwise too. Don't be yelling at anybody and mad at anything because they didn't get a participation trophy. No. You didn't win. Caden won. Sunrise won. Right? The Huskies won. Real trophies, baby. Stop it with the participation trophies. Big up yourself, Caden. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening in, for having a good time with us, man. I appreciate y'all. Mish, where your talks at? Be a Monday, say I'm going to know. That was totally messed up, dude. Boxing a woman, kiss me teeth. Let's watch the Formula One. I'm just saying. I know Jamaica ruled the track and failed. I bet he wouldn't try beating the ballerina. Yo, you talk about the ballerina. I got no, but got ear one on Mish. The same way how I saw somebody doing some ballet or ballerina type stuff on me look is that dude in a skirt and everything else. Anyway, but
danger. Boss this a third world. Yo, pimpin'. Write down these words.
Baby Frost.
Love song for the herbs. Ready, Roshan? Ready.
It's Kartel. It's called Marie. My favorite Vybez Kartel song. Let's go.
Oh. When you're gone, when we miss you, you roll with the flame, with the wrist. When we turn you and twist you, me get a different state of mind. The law say for this ya, policeman a search me, they miss you. Better than carry me go live in a jail if loving you is a crime. Love it when you roll up. You look good in a dress like when you fall up. Me prefer you when you cure up. Cause when you first you burn me chest. Oh, look how far we you come from. Like Metro Media, like Stone Love. The day when you see me touch you white lady, and the day me lay to rest. Herbalist, Marie, when I let her go, them I feel like me up for she and show where the key. She and me marijuana, na. Marie, you are for me. Me no care who disagree. Cause she, I'm a marijuana, na. Anywhere the DJ go, coulda Trinidad, coulda Tobago. Me have to see you when me wake up, see you at bedtime. You just a run through my brain, so your vibes up the blood in my veins, so yeah. Solomon grave make you famous. That mean your blessing is so divine. So no say, you love it when you roll up. You look good in a dress like when you fall up. Me prefer you when you cure up. Cause when you first you burn me chest. Now look how far we you come from. Like Metro Media, like Stone Love. The day when you see me touch you white lady, and the day me lay to rest.
Easy.
Boss this.
What up, Juliet? How you doing? This is how we get up out of here, man. Stop your need that mish.
Write down these words.
Baby Frost.
I love songs.
Cha-cha.
Ready, Roshan? Ready.
Let's go. It's Kartel. It's World.
No. Oh. When you're gone, when we miss you, you roll with the flame, with the wrist. When we turn you and twist you, me get a different state of mind. The law say for this ya, policeman a search me, they miss you. Better than carry me go live in a jail if loving you is a crime. You love it when you roll up. You look good in a dress like when you fall up. Me prefer you when you cure up. Cause when you first you burn me chest. Oh, look how far we you come from. Like Metro Media, like Stone Love. The day when you see me touch you white lady, and the day me lay to rest. Herbalist, Marie, when I let her go, them I feel like me up for she and show where the key. She and me marijuana, na. Marie, you are for me. Me no care who disagree. Cause she, I'm a marijuana, na. Anywhere the DJ go, coulda Trinidad, coulda Tobago. Me have to see you when me wake up, see you at bedtime. You just a run through my brain, so your vibes up the blood in my veins, so yeah. Solomon grave make you famous. That mean your blessing is so divine.
Yes, sir, Master Baby Frost.
No sir, you love it when you roll up.
My favorite Kartel this.
Me prefer you when you cure up. Cause when you first you burn me chest. Oh, look how far we you come from. Like Metro Media, like Stone Love. The day when you see me touch you white lady, and the day me lay to rest. Herbalist, Marie, when I let her go, them I feel like me up for she and show where the key. She and me marijuana, na. Marie, you are for me. Me no care who disagree. Cause she, I'm a marijuana, na.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got vibes in our main. Happy Emancipation Day. You think I eat alone? My next favorite.
Pool party. If I even the beach, me have to reach a summertime. Hey, every massive have to come along. Go for your suntan in the summer sun. If you want play jump, go back home. Go for your umbrella, cause the sun a burn. The young girl, them a bring it on. In a bikini, them in a pretty tongue. You know for shy girl, bring it come. If you have a fool man, give it bun. What more may come from me now? Pretty girl does a pose like dummy now. And the tongues them a rub them down, you know. Inna the shade with straight vibes from me now. Uptown full of fun, you know. ATI we are going on. Dream weekend coming on. Much I got done, you know. Oh, here we go. Summertime is here, you know. School is closed. We feel the vibes, you know. Summertime in a Portmore. Summertime in a Kingston. Summertime in a country.
Juliet, never too late.
My skin. Pool party. If I even the beach, me have to reach a summertime. 90 degrees in the shade, temperature turn up. Whitey a tan till skin burn up. Black gal a rub till vein come up. Tattoo time coloring book turn up. Man a roll out bicycle bike, you know see. Man a roll out car and the truck and the jeep. We walk foot dogs, them strolling. Grab a gal body and start rolling. Party them going all night long.
Cha-cha. Summertime.
Gone with De Niro and TJ. Oh, here we go. Summertime is here, you know. It's a holiday. School is closed. We feel the vibes, you know. Summertime in a Portmore. Summertime in a Kingston. Summertime in a country. Summertime in a my skin. Pool party. If I even the beach, me have to reach a summertime.
Says, I'm gonna tell you this straight up, you know. Give me the commercial songs any day. Radio records, man. You ain't gotta bring no underground up for me. I love them. Give me the party things, them.
The young girl, them a bring it on. In a bikini, them in a pretty tongue. You know for shy girl, bring it come. If you have a fool man, give it bun. What more may come from me now?
May she have a full man game bun. Chat no star. You never too old for give bun, you know. God, no.
Uptown full of fun, you know.
I'll be gonna go in that just me. When you go in that old people who want them senior citizen home, I'll be a bun again, you know. I'll be a bun again.
Oh, here we go. Summertime is here, you know.
Ain't nothing like old bun. Like grown bun. Like mature bun. Give a beer bun, you can't left her and can't file divorce, you know. Cause by the time divorce comes to you, don't figure there. You know what I mean? Old people born.
They ain't no hot skull, but tell me something. How will you get the new clocks, the daddy? Which color that? I did no party. And you alone have the style, the daddy. The queen for England, have love of yardy. How will you get the new clocks, the daddy? Which color that? I did no party. And you alone have the style, the daddy. The queen for England, have love of yardy.
Real bad man, no muggle in a shorts. Straight jeans, cut off foot pants. Everybody have to ask when me get my clocks. Everybody have to ask when me get my clocks. The leather hard, the sweat soft. Toothbrush get out the dust fast. Everybody have to ask when me get my clocks. Everybody have to ask when me get my clocks. I love creeping up.
Clocks me prefer. Clocks for the leather, yeah. Clocks for the fur. Clocks for the summer, clocks for the winter. Clocks for the sun, clocks for the water. Me know we're nautica. That of the sailor. Pull off a tiger, him a the golfer. Me knew all the bees hotter than sulfur. Me pattern me daddy from I was a youngster.
Real bad man, no muggle in a shorts. Straight jeans, cut off foot pants. Everybody have to ask when me get.
Them can't shut me down now.
Have to ask when me get my clocks. The leather hard, the sweat soft. Toothbrush get out the dust fast. Everybody have to ask when me get my clocks. Everybody have to ask when me get my clocks.
Me tell my man say, remember proper hygiene and don't forget. Bag of sneakers, give you cheesy food. If you know what me know, boy, load the crab. Remember planting mouth to can your toe. Where the desert clock the easy step. To my coat that can save your boy. At the least food I go lead to death.
Real bad man, no muggle in a shorts. Straight jeans, cut off foot pants. Everybody have
And every girl grab a man.
We got to go.
Man to man, girl to
We got to go.
Condemn.
all when a night. You feel like sun hot when you come in on my ramping shot.
Make sure you know if you can and not chat your chat.
Hey, me kill got longer than me Nike. Tell me what you like. You want me try or you want to ride like a bike?
Well, you have to hard, no for light. Damage it for spite, not the cock tight.
It's Spice and Kartel.
Can you take it from the right?
Listen, Palmer.
Easy.
But my call her mommy.
I gotta go.
The place named poverty.
I gotta go.
Me don't live there no more.
Man, slide up myself. Baby first, slide up. I gotta get up out of here.
Not nice. Me swear.
Juliet.
As long as me live.
Diane.
Won't live there no more. Won't live there no more. Hey, mama, 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 mama. My mother.
This is when you want to say J Code, legal businessman. Bang, bang, boom. This is when you want to say J Code, legal businessman.
Never carry me for 1 month. She carry me for 9. Me buy her the house before me buy mine. Me give me heart and me mind. Come me nah go forsake me no time.
Nakikinig sa música Homegrown with G. Cole.
Estás escuchando Homegrown con G. Cole.
您现在正在收听的是 Homegrown with G. Cole.
You're listening to Homegrown with G. Cole.
Me put food in the.
We gotta get up out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for rocking with me. It's been a vibe, man. I appreciate y'all big time. Just a couple cards. I can't go to the whole thing, you know what I mean?
Why give them girl everything on them mother so far?
For all the Kartel fans, congratulations. Vybez Kartel and Sean Town, everybody. Hey, road. Enjoy, all right? Be safe. Take care of your health, brother. Do what you gotta do, you know. Again, is what it is. System to system. Another OJ situation, you see. System was made to hold you down. If you overcome the system, people go celebrate, you know what I mean? So it is what it is, baby.
She never take a basha.
I got to go, man.
She never put me.
Remember to hit me up on social media at MyGCole, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I'll let you know where I'm at. Radio tomorrow is gonna be a vibe, all right? Hop on over to YouTube, subscribe to the Homegrown with G. Cole YouTube channel, you know.
Touch her and feel it.
But I got to go.
Up like we
I got to go.
Me remember when we smile.
Blessings, my brother. Much love, much respect. Anna.
Me everything for maintain you.
Hail the queen, some name you. Some girl take the money, go dance and them pick me up so far.